Hi, welcome to Divine Awareness. This election has literally brought me out of my little hiatus here. It's been a few years, or maybe it hasn't been that long, but I haven't been doing videos on a regular. But this here, this election still has kept me up at night, like it has many people. Not because I'm hating anybody. I don't hate the right. I don't hate the left. I don't like the right or the left, but I do stand for what I stand for. And wow, let's just pull it out. You already know what's happening. Okay, there will be justice. Okay, so as I lay these cards out, I'm going to attempt to have the cards facing the camera. So we have the Hierophant, we have the Justice card, we have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Strength card. So that represents Kamala, in my opinion. We have the Queen of Cups. As soon as I said Kamala Harris, the Queen of Cups. We have the Two of Cups. We have someone standing their ground here. The Wands card. And we have the Six of Swords. All right, let's see. Let's see here. I just wanted to get a feel for the energy before I started going into this channeling. My channeling is a little different than most spiritualists that are on YouTube because I walk around with a hierarchy energy with me at all times, so everything I say is channeling. Okay, and we have the Magician. So let's start off with this Magician card. I'm just gonna come out and say it. There is something coming, and this is a big shock to so many people. Okay, the Magician card. Someone did something and they manipulated this election. They did something behind the scenes. Okay? They started working on this in 2016, 17. Right after that still. I believe that was a stolen election as well. And they figured out how to make magic happen with the software and with the machines and with the intelligence and working with the intelligence in Russia. Not only Russia, but other countries are in on this as well. China's in on this. Iran is in on this. And we're going to see things coming out in the next coming weeks, maybe days, because we have a bunch of retrogrades coming up shortly. And as soon as we hit this full moon in Taurus, coming up, I believe, in a week, and as soon as we hit the retrograde, Mercury retrograde, actual retrograde and not shadow, we're going to start getting developmental information, really key information that's going to blow the shit out of the water. Okay? And this election is something that is going to change not only America, but the world. But many, many people are thinking that it's over, but it is not. Mother Justice, Kamala Harris, is here. She represents the scales, y'all. She is a Libra. She is here. She is calm. She has strength. She has people. She has an army of people behind her. And some people say, I mean, the people that I've heard that are critics of Kamala Harris say that, oh, she's a puppet and the elite, you know, wanted her to win so she could do their agenda. She could, you know, have the illegal immigrants here, giving them health care. She could do this for the people. She could do that. The elites love her. You know, Hollywood loves her. The pedophilia rings love her and all this other crap. But some of that may be true. But at the heart of this woman is love. She has so much love for the people. And maybe she doesn't know the agenda of some of the people who were trying to get her elected, that some of them are dark. But we do know that when we pull Donald Trump's cards, they are dark. And something was done, and it is coming out to the surface. Something was done and something was manipulated with this election. Let's pull some cards for Donald Trump. So Donald Trump, we have the Six of Cups in the world. So Donald had help here from an institution and country and people behind the scenes that were not American. And we already said that. And they have been working on this and working on this for many years. That's why he didn't care if you went in it, if you voted. He didn't care what he was saying at the end of this whole campaign. He did not care what he did, what he said at the end. He said, forget it. I'm just going to say it, speak my mind. I'm going to be racist. I'm going to do my dog whistles because I don't care. Okay? And it worked for him for right now. But when Mercury retrogrades, there will be a rewind of this situation. All right, let's pull 3 cards for his immediate future. He is trying to balance this money. He's trying to balance how he's going to put people in the cabinet. And he is holding this burden. He's holding this burden of untruth. He is holding the burden of the lies, the election interference. Someone is coming out and someone's going to say something. And let's see who that's going to be. Someone is coming out and someone is going to blow this shit out of the heavens. I'm telling you. They're going to expose something. And I keep getting Pennsylvania. I keep getting Wisconsin. And I keep getting Georgia. I keep getting Georgia. And I have the hangman. I have the hangman in reverse. And so while they were trying to hold up people from voting and standing in those lines and telling people in these precincts that, no, go away, everything's broke right now, the machines are down, there's no electricity and all this other crap that they tried to do, the hangman reverse, and then comes the Page of Cups. Good news coming from those same precincts. Someone is going to tell. Someone's going to say, I saw this. Someone's having cold feet. Someone is having cold feet about what they did and what they were involved in. Someone has cold feet. Okay? But it's going to be okay. I just wanted to take a look at some of the cards and see how it looks for us in the coming weeks. I know many people are shocked. I just want to take a look to see if Kamala Harris will end up being the next president of the United States, and if Donald Trump, I'll look into Donald Trump right after that to see if Donald will be inaugurated, and then something happens to him after the inauguration or during the period, the pre-election period, while he's so-called president-elect, okay? And like I said in the beginning of this video, I was just in shock, but I am not anti anyone. I see all sides of the coin, and I understand from a spiritual level why these things are taking place. So I'm not so much like, oh my God, this is just, something I can't deal with, because I don't really think it's the truth. I don't think it's the truth at all. So let me know in the comments how you feel about what just happened. I think I'm going to do more political videos and really look into what's really happening. I have a law degree and I have a political science background. I am from the DC area. My family has been in politics for many years, so I really understand the system. And I also have a MBA, so I understand business and numbers, and I sort of merged that with spirituality, because I'm always, as a Pisces and a Scorpio, I have that passion, a Scorpio rising, and the Libra moon. I am sort of like Kamala with the balancing of it all, and also just wanting justice. She is sitting here, and she is sitting on this throne already, okay? She is so calm. That was not a concession speech. That was a, hold on, something is coming. Wait a second. We are handling things behind the scenes. So let's take a look at 3 cards for Madam President, or Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, and in the coming weeks, what's happening. We have the Temperance card. I just shuffled the whole entire time of talking to you guys. I just shuffled, and we have the Temperance card. What does the Temperance card mean to you? We have the Judgment and the Temperance card together. We have the Judgment card and the Temperance card together. Oh boy, we better stock up. Y'all thought COVID was bad? You better go get your toilet paper. You better go to your Sam's Club, your Costco. You better go get your food. You better go get your Pampers and your wipes, okay? Because when this information comes out, it's going to be a nightmare for so many Americans, because we have to hold tight and stand together, because we're gonna be like, are you kidding? We've had free and fair elections for hundreds of years, and now we have the ability for AI to come in and destroy this because of something that Starlink and all of these people working with X, I'm not going to say any names with that guy because I don't want any issues, but we know who interfered in this election. As soon as we said that, look what we get. This is the energy of Mr. X. This is the energy. Deceit, lies. We allow, he's talking about kicking immigrants out, okay? But we, America, allowed an immigrant to come here and build themselves into almost a trillionaire off of our backs and off of our setting up of our country and off of our communities and our people. We allowed him, someone who comes from apartheid background, that is one of the most racist and demonic regimes in the world. We allowed him to come here and interfere in our election. I have a feeling that within 1 to 2 years, this Mr. X will be indicted. Okay? And the next card that we pulled was the 6 of Wands, victory. So there's something, I'm not sure if Kamala's campaign is using funds to, I believe that her campaign is using some funds in connection with a large government agency to investigate this election. Too many votes are uncounted. We have a big difference in votes from 2020, and something isn't right. Okay. Yeah, someone's withholding some information. Let's look at the timeline and when we're going to hear about this. The timeline. When are we going to hear that? Just keep getting this magician card. I keep getting this card. What does this card mean to the situation, guides? What does this card mean to what's happening right now? Someone tampered. This was not a fair deal. Okay? If it was a fair deal, we would be pulling it right now. This is not a fair deal. And I just heard today. Oh, yeah. So 3 groups of people or 3 agencies, corporations in the United States and abroad came together and they made a plan. When did they make this plan? When did they make this plan? When did they make this plan? They made this plan. They were not thinking about the American people. It is for selfish greed, and they came under a contract together and they made an agreement that they would definitely put this into effect for this 2024 election. They had nothing to worry about. That's why we saw the rallies that we did where he said, I don't give a shit, okay? I don't care what I'm saying. I'm talking about Puerto Ricans. I'm talking about Haitians. I'm talking about anybody that I feel like it right now. I don't care if my kids come on the stage. I know I'm the shit. I'm going to win this election. And so that's what that is. So 3 groups. So let's just think about who that could be. We already know it's Russia. We already know who's behind that. The misinformation campaigns, the propaganda, all of that. The, telling people that the polls are closed when they're still open, telling people that the machines are down. That was all part of the game, okay? So we know who that party is, and then we have the Trump campaign. My little doggy's making a fuss about it, see? He doesn't like the energy either. But yeah, someone told me today they were on a business call and some kids that were 20 to 25 years old were on the conference call with them in Florida saying that they were celebrating this as a win for white men, okay? And so some of these people, they do not care, because some people are like, oh, the economy is bad. So some people voted, the Latinos wanted to have their jobs secured and their families, they couldn't afford this, inflation's high and all of that. But let's just get down to it. We know it was because of race that a lot of those people that did actually vote for him were white, young white men, young white women, and young and older to middle-aged white men. The world's changing and they are threatened, okay? And these are people who don't want diversity. These are wives, white American women, suburban women, uneducated white suburban women that stand beside their uneducated or sometimes educated white husbands. And they don't care about reproductive rights. They could care less about the, education. They're talking about taking Black history out of schools. Black history is American history. Black Americans built the country. These women don't care about free reproductive freedoms. They could care less about anything, and yet they call themselves Christian. They stand beside their men. And so we knew that it was going to be a tight race. What we did not really anticipate was the cheating on such a grand scale. We're talking probably 10, 15 million votes, 20 million votes. It's wild, okay? All right, so now let's get back to looking at what's happening with Trump in the next couple days to a couple weeks, and see what's going on with him. Wow. He bought and he paid. And he bought and he paid. It's all about money. And what's going to happen? It's exposure. Yeah, so now he is worried. He's not happy. He's worried that information is going to get out. So we're going to start to see we're going to start to see him start to ramp up the rhetoric and the lies. And people said, oh, he stops talking about, the election interference and the stealing the votes and all that because he won. But then he's going to start back up again. He's going to start saying the Democrats want to investigate me. It's a witch hunt. It's going to be all of that. He's going to start all of that again once they start investigating. I believe that there is some investigations that are happening behind the scenes as we speak. And I confirmed it with the Hierophant card. So there's some very large government agencies. I'm hearing CIA. I'm hearing FBI. I'm hearing Homeland Security. I'm hearing U.S. Marshal. U.S. Marshals are going to visit him at Mar-a-Lago. Just mark my words. U.S. Marshals are going to visit Trump. Let's get some timing on it. The Wheel of Fortune card. U.S. Marshals are going to visit Trump at Mar-a-Lago. I don't know if they're just going to tell him that he's in trouble or something. They're going to present something and try to look for some more information. They're looking for something key. They're looking for something key. They're looking for something digital. They're looking for something token-ish, AI-ish. They're looking for justice. They're looking for where the votes are hidden. They are looking for where the money was spent. So yeah, we have to see how it shakes out. Mercury is about to head into the shadow period, and we just have to see how this plays out. I think everybody should stay calm. Let's do one card. I have various different decks, but I kind of use more of my intuitive guides and what they're saying. They speak, and I'm listening to what they're saying, but then I confirm it with the cards. I am divine awareness. I am hierarchy, and I am divine feminine, and I am divine justice. Okay? I am divine justice. And let's pull one of our last cards of the evening. Please subscribe. I'm talking kind of low right now because I don't want to disturb my house, but I will be coming back on soon. Depends on how many comments I get. I would like to offer, I do a lot of personal readings for friends and family when they are in distress. A lot of times I do not use the cards and I get names and things like that, especially for relationships, just by getting a birth date. So I might offer that soon to one of my viewers, and I asked the guys to give me a card about our outcome. It can't be any clearer than this. The High Priestess. And this is Kamala. Have a good night. See you soon.